Hey, Point Loma, this is the good news.
At Point Loma Nazarene University, we believe that God hears our prayers, and that is good news. Aloha, I'm Chaplain Gordon, and I'd like to tell you a couple of stories about how God hears our prayers. As the chaplain here at Point Loma, I've had the privilege to pray for many people. Just recently, I prayed for one of our students whose wife had surgery to remove cancer. I also prayed for a staff member whose grandchild was to be born prematurely. Thank God in both cases, God heard our prayers and answered them. The cancer was benign and the child was born healthy and safe. But there are times when we pray and it seems like God doesn't hear our prayers. I want to assure you that God hears all of our prayers, and sometimes His answer is no or not now. I'd like to introduce you to another student who learned this important lesson.
Hello everybody, my name is David Aceves. It is a pleasure for me to share to you my testimony regarding why God had answered no to one of my prayers and why that is one of the greatest blessings that I have received yet to date. It all dates back into 2016 when I was a young senior in Chula Vista High School applying for various universities, but my top priority was to be accepted as an 18-year-old to Point Loma Nazarene University. But now at the recording of this video, I am a 21-year-old in my first semester at Point Loma. So it becomes evidence that I was not accepted, and therefore God had answered no to my prayer, even though I was on my knees for many days, begging to God with my hands up in the air at no exaggeration for asking and pleading and begging, if you will, for God to accept me as an 18-year-old. And now, even though I don't possess at any rate the knowledge of God, I understand for many reasons as to why God said no. I was spiritually immature. I was financially unstable. Like really, I had no car. How was I supposed to even get to Point Loma? And of course, the most important thing, I was going to stop serving at my church as a result to attending a 4-year university. This reminds me of 2 Corinthians chapter 12, where Paul the Apostle is begging to God to please to remove the thorn in his flesh. But what does God say? Instead of saying yes, he says, "My grace is sufficient for you. For my strength," God says, "is made perfect in weakness." So understand that many times actually, the greatest blessing that God can give you is to give you a no. Thank you so much for listening.